Good morning, my dear students. Once again, we are here to discuss our DOE Worksheet 29, scheduled 9th September 2020. And today, we will start our new chapter, Motion, in which you will be going to study about distance, displacement, and speed. Okay. Uh, Again, Gyan is very curious to know what is the importance of reference point in the motion and how the distance is different from displacement. So it's very important whenever we take a object is moving or it's in a static position, then we have to consider a reference point. Suppose if a train start moving from a platform A, then A is a reference point for that train. Okay, so if I say that you are going to your school, then from where? From your home. Then your house, your home is the reference point, whereas school is the reaching place. And so this is the way we must have a reference point while we are talking about a motion. Okay, so we can say the linear motion. Linear means a straight line motion. When an object is moving in the straight line, it is called as linear motion or motion along the straight line. Is the simplest type of motion. This is the most simplest type of motion. Linear motion is called most simplest type of motion. Okay. To describe the position of an object, we need a specific reference point, as I told you, and that reference point is known as origin. Okay, as I told you that you are going to school from your home or house. So this house and this is school. Then this house is your reference point or your origin point from where you move to go to school. Okay, so, the reference point of an object decide whether the object is in motion or rest. As I told you, then if we want to know that object is moving or in rest, first of all we have to take a reference point. From there only we come to know that its object is moving or it is in rest. Whenever an object move with reference point, it cover a distance. Okay, in time interval. Whenever we take a point, suppose this is A point and an object is moving from A to B, then A point is considered as reference point, and this reference point, and suppose that object cover a distance 2 meter in say 10 seconds. So this reference point, by taking this reference point, we say that object has covered the distance AB, which is 2 meter in 10 second. Okay, so distance covered is always taken with the reference point and in a particular time interval. So the length of actual path interval of an object is known as distance, right? In this case we have A, B. This is the linear path, or this is a length actually, which is just 2 meter. Okay, so the length of actual path traveled by an object is known as distance, and it is scalar quantity. What are scalar quantities? Scalar quantities are those quantities which have only measurement, not direction. Okay, so distance is known as only a scalar quantity. It is always positive and cannot be negative or zero. Yes, of course, distance covered is always positive. It can't be zero. If I say that I am moving from a point A to B, then I definitely covered some distance. I mean, in a particular time interval, I have covered this distance. So it can't be negative as well as zero. And its SI unit is meter. Okay, the unit of distance is meter, and the distance traveled by an object from its initial position origin to the final position is known as total distance. Yes, definitely. If I say that I am moving from A to B and B to C, and I reached to this C point, okay, so I have covered a distance, say it is 3 meter and it is 2 meters, so I cover the distance A to B and B to C. A to B is 3 plus B to C is 2. So I covered 5-meter distance. I traveled 5-meter distance. Okay, I moved to 5-meter distance. So whereas the shortest, this is the total distance, whereas the shortest distance between the initial position and the final position is known as displacement. Yes, very important. What is displacement? I'll show you this from this diagram. You will be able to, it is more easily understood by you with this diagram which they have given to you. See this. If I say this child, the student, is moving from A to B and cover 3-meter distance, and this B to C towards house, it cover 4-meter, then this student covered the distance 3-meter as well as 4-meter. Total distance covered is 7-meter. This is distance. Okay, but if I say the displacement, then this displacement is 5-meter. How it comes to 5? Let's see. This AC square is equal to, according to this Pythagoras, we will take this AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, right? AC square we have to find out. AB we have 3 square and 4 square. This we have, I'll write over here, square is equal to 9 plus 16. Then AC is 25. Then this, if we I remove this square, and it will be converted into this root 25, then it comes out to be 5. By this way they have this 5-meter. So this is the shortest distance, called it as shortest distance covered by an object is known as its displacement. Okay, so, and moreover displacement can be negative as well as zero. Let's say how. See, let's take an example. If you start moving, if I start moving, say from A point and I reach to B and covered 2-meter distance, and I just came back after some time, then B2, this time B is my original position and final position is A. Okay, again this is minus 2, because in this first I have to cover in this direction, and after that I have to come towards this. So 2-meter and minus 2-meter seems out to be 0 when I take the total of this 2 plus minus 2, it will comes out 0. So by this way I can say it, the displacement, the value of displacement may be negative as well as 0 also, but SI unit of displacement is also meter. Okay, I hope this concept of distance, displacement, scalar quantity must be clear to you. Okay, see, then Gyan asks, what is speed and how it is calculated? Then Didi explain that distance covered of an object per unit time is called as speed. Simple, very simple answer in a one line. Distance covered per unit time is known as speed. It is a scalar quantity. Again, speed has no direction, so it is a scalar quantity, and speed is equal to distance travel along in equal interval of time. Distance covered in time is known as speed, and it is a scalar quantity. As per SI system, it is measured in the meter per second. Okay, in most of the condition of an object usually move with a non-uniform speed, and the speed of such object is described in terms of average speed. Yes, students, it's very right. Actually, in practical cases, we take an average speed. Why? Say, let's take an example. If you want to reach your school on time, and your mother is you are coming along with your mother on scooty. If she started scooty and covered some distance with the speed of just 20 meter per second, okay, 20 meter in 5 seconds, sorry, right, 5 second. After that, the road is very clear, speed increase, it's come out to be 30 meter per second, or in 30 meter per second you can say, or in 1 minute, or in 5 second you say. Then there is a red light, speed automatically decreased to say 15 meter per second, right? So this way, the total distance covered, this 20, 30, 15, and time taken total, this 5 second, 5 second, this total time taken and this speed cover, this total is known as total of these two, and by dividing this is known as average speed. And this is usually happen, this is usually taken, let's very practical thing. Mostly we calculate this average speed in our day-to-day life, right? So what is average speed? Total distance covered and total time taken, and it is denoted by this v. V is total distance, s is total distance, and t is total time taken. Okay. The state of motion of an object can also be determined by its distance time graph. Yes, we can calculate their motion, their speed, their motion with the help of distance time graph also. Let's see how. I'll show you. See these three graphs. See, first we have straight line motion or uniform motion, and uniform motion, in case of uniform motion we have straight line graph. See, in x-axis we have time, in y-axis we have distance. Okay, if I say that an object is traveling 20 meter in 5 seconds, 20, and it is divided into 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 40, and 60. So first I have to this cover this, then this, and after that this. So this way you will get a straight line graph. Okay, so by this way, this is equal distance in equal interval of time. So uniform motion is what? When an object covered equal distances, as I told you now, 5, 10, 15, 20, 40, 60. And if you calculate this is your straight line graph. Here we have 20, 40, 60. The gap between 20, 20 interval is there. Class interval is 20, 20. And in this case 5, 10, 15, 5, 5 seconds gap is there between the time. So this is known as equal distances in equal interval of time is uniform motion with the straight line graph. Next we have a graph of a object who is in which is in rest, or a this is in a graph of resting position. See, time is increasing but distance is not increasing, distance remains the same. So this kind of graph is known as uh, parallel to the x-axis and known as when object is in rest. Last we have this curve graph. Curve shows non-uniform motion. If I say an object cover unequal distance in equal interval of time, or so on. This is known as non-uniform motion. Sorry, this is known as non-uniform motion. Let's say, if I say again the example which I have already told you about about the condition when you comes to the school along with your mother on scooty. So first, an object travel a distance of 20 meter 5 second, then speed increases up to 30 meter in next 5 second, then it decreased to be 10 meter, right? And in another 5 second, then the time interval is the gap of 5 second, but the speed is changing. So this kind of graph is known as non-uniform motion graph, right? Next, students, we have C. About the question answer. This is all about your worksheet. Next, we'll do the question answers part. First is the difference between distance and displacement. You can easily write from here. The length of the equal part traveled by an object is known as distance, whereas the displacement, the shortest distance between the initial position and the final position, is known as displacement, right? A car travel distance of 20 meter in 5 second and then 20 in 3 second. You have to find out average speed, this average speed, okay? Average speed, 20 meter. Total distance, we have the formula for average speed is total distance upon total time taken. So average speed we have 20 plus 20, and time taken is 5 second and 3 second. So we have 40 divided by 8, that is 5. Then average speed we have 5 meter per second, okay? Next, as I discussed the speed, yes, okay. Next we have define speed and write SI unit, okay? This is the speed, the distance covered by an object per unit time is known as a speed. It's a scalar quantity. Speed has not the direction. If I say that a car is moving 40 kilometer per hour, then it is a kind of scalar quantity which is called as speed. But if I say a car is moving with the speed of 40 kilometer per hour towards the east or towards the north direction, then it is known as a vector quantity, right? Which has speed as which has a measurement and as well as direction. So speed and SI unit is meter per second, and in case of kilometer we have kilometer per hour, right? Last question, very interesting question. It gives the distance time graph between the three object ABC. Which one is moving faster? Okay, let's do this. See, for this question, you can take the two ways. First of all, draw these kind of lines along. Students, this is y-axis and this is x-axis. Along x-axis we will have time, and along y-axis we have distance. So C is like this and B is here. C. If I take see the distance is only this, and what is time? Time is this. Next we have distance this and time this, and next we have distance this and time is just this. So distance is more and time is less. So A object is faster than other two, and then C and then B. So A is fastest, then C and then B. Okay. So, and one more way we can find out this. Make the angle along this A, C and then B. The smallest angle cover the the smallest angle has the fastest speed. So this, whatever the object has the smallest angle, it is the faster one, it is the fastest one. Okay, so A, this is C and this is B. So A is the answer is A. A is the most faster object. Okay, so students, this is all about today's worksheet. I hope you understand it very well, and definitely I discuss the questions, so perform as fast as possible and submit to your respective teachers. Okay, and if you really understand it very well, do like, share and subscribe with your subscribe also those who have not subscribed, and share with your friends, and keep doing your work regularly. Stay healthy, stay safe at home. Goodbye students, take care.